Let's see if he can correctly get out of the way. Or if he does call. I don't blame him. But we can see he's drawing pretty slim here. 18% going to the river. What we don't want to see is a queen or a 5. That would spell disaster. You would be a fun guy to play against live poker. See, I think it's kind of underwhelming, actually, because when you're on stream, you're talking all the time, you're commentating. But, like, when you're at a table of 10 people, it's not like I'm talking every hand, all hand, commentating, like, leading the conversation. Like, I'm blending into the 9, you know? So there's going to be long periods of me just sitting there, like, just listening, hanging out. Like, of course, I'm down to have conversations and maybe more lively at the table than the average person. But it's not... I think you'd be underwhelmed. I do. I do. Whoa, Adrian Mateos with the aces under the gun +1. Nonetheless, I do like live poker. I'll do a meetup before I leave Edinburgh as well. We'll do one in at Dusk Till Dawn too. How are you, Jamie? I'm good, Banky Winks. Yeah, life is good, dude. Sweating the final table, final day of this Caribbean Poker Party main event. It's been a really enjoyable, almost like 35 hours of coverage. 6, 12, 20, 28, 36 hours total of coverage-ish. 30, 37 hours maybe.
I want to know what happens. I want to see what happens when Hooney gets like the ace-6 off.
So Big Hooney's going to call with the ace-4 suited. Peter Jetton folds. This is danger, man. If someone finds a nice squeeze hand, it's uh-oh. See you later. Bye-bye. What's up, Ninads Poker? Long time. How's the KO series going? Yeah, it's going well. I mean, we haven't had any big scores yet. This is going to be our 4th day of playing today. But we've had some chances and stuff, so... yeah, enjoying it. Aaron is calling in the small blind. Fold in the big blind. We're going 3 ways to the flop. 7, 7, 9. Uh-oh for Aaron. Flop at a top pair. Big Hooney has missed enough to where I don't think it's going to cost him much. And Adrian Mateos goes to like his hands. But it's not easy to get all the money in from worse hands on a 7-7-9 board. So let's see what happens.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's the strategy.
Pick for the All-Stars game next weekend? Which sport are we talking? James H. I don't know, to be honest. So Aaron bets 12 million. That's a lead from the small blind. I think it's a very easy call here from Adrian Mateos. Yep. Just call. I mean, raising doesn't do much. NBA. I have no idea, man. I haven't seen an NBA game this year. Last time I saw an NBA game was Raps Game 7. So I'm not sure, man. Okay. So an 8 on the turn could be a problem for Aaron, now having 2 pair. But he probably recognizes, like, hey, I'm behind an overpair and 7s. So I bet it's going to go check here. But Adrian Mateos may bet and then check back river. I don't know. He could bet turn or river. Both are fine options. Let's see what he does. Looks like he's going to bet on the turn.
Have a weird spot. I think it's
Very unusual spot.
it's always hard, isn't it, to try and put someone on a range when they do
16 million.
this flop.
I think this is clearly the best play for Mateos. I wouldn't even.
Aaron quickly calls. We're going to a river. 88 million in the pot right now. 88 million up for grabs. It's a king.
Like, you're not going to get a lot of rivers you can value bet.
Yeah, check. And Adrian Mateos is going to win. The aces and 7s.
Like, I definitely like betting the turn so that you can check back the river.
What is the rule in live poker that you can't check in the last card from official KJ? There's a rule where you can't check with the nuts. If you have the nuts and you're last to act on the river, you need to bet. Because if you're checking, it's like collusion, right? There's no reason as to why you would ever not bet.
Yeah, I think given that your only opportunity to get value is the turn,
So if you've got the absolute nuts. But, you know, that doesn't mean like if you got close to the nuts, you have to bet. It means like the actual absolute best possible hand.
9x and fold a lot of stuff.
Just want to say hi. What's up, Sure Pick? Good to see you. Following about 20 different streamers, every single one of them on bands. Oh, uh-oh. Okay. Happens mostly when I'm drunk. You're the only channel I'm not banned because I like your personality too much to be an internet asshole. All right, bro. Cheers, man. Well, I'm glad that we've been able to get along thus far, bro. And hang in there, man. Hang in there, Surepick. Listen, dude. We're ban heavy on the channel relative to other channels, to be fair as well. So I appreciate you around, but if you're gonna hit the bottle, just be careful, man. All right? We don't want to see you go. So cheers, dude. Mr. Big Hooney raises it up, folds all the way around. Easy win. Easy win. Big smile. It's a big smile spot. I mean, final 9, you're the chip leader. You're vacuuming up chips. It's the dream. Get him banned. Listen, man, also my teammates. I got to stand up for my teammates, too. You're treading thin water here, Surepick. Don't ban the guy. We're not going to ban him, dude. We're not going to ban him yet. But I'm watching you, Surepick. Do people sometimes miss noticing they have the nuts in pro play? Very infrequent. Every once in a while it happen, but not often. Usually it's like a straight, like, oh, I didn't realize I had a straight kind of thing. And it's like if you accidentally check back the nuts in the river, it's not like a severe penalty. It's not like, hello, police. Yeah, I got a live one for you. Lock them up 10 years. It's not like that. It's like, hey, you needed to bet. Like, I'm going to give you a warning, or like you get a 1-round penalty, and then you can go back to the table. Like, okay. You know, it's not like you're committing war crimes or anything. Peter jetting under the gun +3 with the jacks. Raises it up to 10 million. I'm in dreamy hands. It's a dreamy hands. And we got Aaron here in the cutoff with Queen Jack of Diamonds. Thinking about what to do. All right, so we're going to flop. Peter jetting not on a great stack here. Flop is ace-7-6. Aaron completely misses. Peter doesn't love this flop, obviously, but is ahead. We can see has 86% to win this hand, actually. If it goes to showdown. Probably won't. We'll see. Yeah, so Axiom Fox, I watched your vid yesterday through twice looking for some way he could have smelled out those trip jacks and folded queen jack. Don't know how he did it. The pheromones. So there's actually a clip after that wasn't included in that clip where he said, I watched his pulse and used the time clock behind him to get his pulse rate. And it dropped so quickly that he thought it wasn't likely that he was bluffing. Like he went from a high pulse rate to calm too quickly, basically, for it to be a bluff in his eyes.
Yeah, I mean, this is one of those spots where it's like
which is crazy. It's pretty wild.
You're gonna put them all in at some point. Like this flop bet almost never goes through.
Yeah, man. True, Axiom Fox. True.
Unless Peter is.
Aaron's gonna bet. Peter goes to the check call. We're going to a turn here.
Have a worse hand, right?
Barrel again.
Yeah, I mean the problem is
Check,
it's
check.
Like you're too short.
Eight of diamonds on the ends. Peter Jetton still has the best of it. Is Aaron going to put in a bet here, or is it just going to go to showdown?
So it is going to work now.
Is it?
Probably. You jam.
When you bet, I suppose you're repping here. What?
Like just some random 10. I mean, he could easily have a 10, right?
What, like 9, 10?
26 million. Tough spot now for Peter Jetton. I can't blame a folds.
Viable. King 10.
I mean, a bet on the flop, check on the turn, bet on the river.
Just have some 10x.
6, 7, 8, 9 out there on the boards.
Aaron.
Don't even mind this side.
Aaron has queen high.
Kinda nice, actually. Half pot. Half pot, you know, put him in the tank. Put him in the cage with the half pot bet.
Loving the half pump bet.
Better keep my pulse up in case he's timing it. You wear a scarf. That's how you fix it, Axiom Fox. Or you get better at controlling your emotions so that you're not as nervous when you're bluffing or value betting.
The perfect blocker.
But yeah. I mean, I wouldn't worry about it because I think it's not something you're going to encounter very often, you know?
I mean, you know, this bet obviously makes no sense. That like, why would you ever bet a half pot with a 10? You would bet like.
What's up, El Jefe? Life is good,
You
man.
wanted to, like,
Excited to get the conclusion of this tournament and get to a champion, you know? It's good. I'm happy to be here.
Then you just bet like 2/3, 3/4 sort of thing. You know, there's no real incentive for your straight to bet half pot. But you know, the thing is with Aaron.
Why is it called 2019 in the title?
it's a little out there.
Because this is 2019 Caribbean Poker Party.
Not playing standard, so you can't really be sure that you wouldn't bet a 10 for this size.
Yeah, exactly. Axiom Box. Exactly, man.
Like it'd be really nice to bet like 1/3 here and like rep the 2 pair and sets.
He folds. Aaron with the bluff. Successful.
Don't have a bluff, he says.
80 million chips going to Aaron. Peter Jetton losing some chips. Might be our shortest stack at the table now. We'll see in a sec.
Yeah, I mean.
Nice spot from Aaron. Playing very aggressive at this 9-handed final table.
Like,
Very aggressive.
Like I don't think that he would bet a.
So it's not live. Me and you are live, but this is a replay of the Caribbean Poker Party 2019. At the end of November it was. It's never been broadcast on Twitch before, but it was released originally on Poker Go as broadcast live, and then Party Poker released it on their YouTube channel recently. So I'm just doing a recast and like my own take on the tournament. But I haven't seen any of the hands. I think before this I'd seen one hand in like a highlight clip, so it's pretty much entirely new to me. Yep, I'm already playing poker, but I'll be streaming some online poker tonight. Some KO series, as well as the Twitch Open is on tonight as well at 8 p.m. I should pre-reg that, actually. Let me get it going.
For Hoon to pass. I was thinking that's a great deal for Aaron. Not surprised he brought it up.
Let me pre-reg that Twitch Open, just so that people know I'm in there. It's in 3 hours from now, the Twitch Open. Good. All right, got it sorted. Good.
I had this feeling today a lot actually.
That would have been a hero call, yeah, with the jacks there. 4-liner to a straight, ace on the board.
A hand that you can't
Peter Jetton's hoping for exactly the hand that he saw, like a queen jack or a king queen type hands, or king jack. But that's about it, you know, not much.
One more hand. Up till the
I wouldn't have called Monkey Man. I think the fold is correct,
quick,
but obviously unfortunate in that it wasn't right in this instant. I don't think I could have justified it though. It's a little bit much. Yeah, only a few bluffs. Exactly, Camille.
Dempsey just turned off the mics and told me he was gonna have a beer.
Sub hype coming in. Shock 2902 with the 10-month resub. Welcome back to the team, Shock. Thanks for your support today, man. Second sub of the day. Very much appreciated. Thank you. Thank you. Gregory with the ace jack suited out of the gun. Is all in for 45 million. Now on Peter Jetton. Seems to be looking down at something. I don't know what it is yet. He's asking for a count. Do we have action?
Yeah, but if 3 people go in, you can fold.
9 left in the field here.
That would be
Mystery hand from the Peter Jetton.
I'm not going to give away too much here, but I've been toying with ideas of this nature myself.
I've never seen it.
No, but you move up.
The one chip is when you bluff all in on the
And there it is, the pocket eights for Peter Jetton. He's got a whole table behind him, which is what's really difficult. He folds, and I think it's the right fold. Because with 7 players left, you're going to be in a lot of flips against that opponent.
Yeah, in this spot, like for sure.
And you also have to sweat the whole table waking up with a good hand.
He has 16.
So I like the fold, even though we could see he was flipping there, 50-50. Philip Gruesome is actually the shortest stack on 33 million. Let's go. Mateos, let's go. Big Hooney, Chris Huntington folds. And now Oleg with ace-5 in the big blinds. I think this is also a fold.
It's not like people are going to peel to see a flop.
Just download the trial version of Flopzilla. I already have PT4. How useful will it be to get the full version of Flopzilla? Don't really know Nanad's poker, to be honest. I don't use it. I've used it before, but like not very much at all, so I'm not the right guy to ask on that. Do you think Twitch will ever offer private streaming where only subs can watch? They already do, actually. We've done one of those before. A sub-only stream. But the problem with the sub-only stream for now is Twitch uses it as like an upsell feature where people can click and get a preview of what's going on in the sub-only stream, and if they want to watch it, they have to subscribe. So you can stream for only subs, but like I haven't seen anyone use the feature yet. But if your stream was like very much about like strategy, poker strategy, in depth, like improve your game, study type stuff, it would be a useful thing. It's not for me though. That's not my goal. My goal is to like reach as many people as I can. Yeah, I don't think it's worth it, Arnold. No, not for me. Like, what if I stream on sub only mode? I'm gonna get an extra 50 subs maybe. Like, yay. You know, it's good. Like, don't get me wrong. I appreciate subscriptions to the channel. It means a lot, but you know, that's not. I'm not trying to generate subs. That's not the goal. The goal is to grow poker, and to grow party poker specifically within poker. Got a day 2 tomorrow. Any tips going into the final day of a 225-pound tourney from Binky Winks? Patience. Have a lot of patience, man. Live poker slow. Pressure will be high, of course. You've made a day 2. So just like you're in no rush. The profitable spots will come to you. Let them come to you. And when they're not, just chill out. I think if you were a band who wanted to do a Twitch-only gig, sub-only streams would be good. That would be great as well. Good point, Ed. Like, you got to buy a ticket to the concert, basically. That's true. Still 9-handed, but this is going to have to burst. Guys, we literally are going to have a winner in 3 hours, and there's 9 people left. We're going to go from 9 to 1 in 3 hours. This is going to be an absolute bonanza. Hey, Cyrus, what's up, man? Friend of mine from Calgary. Well, was living in Calgary at the time. I don't know if you're still there or not. Hey, brother, great to see you and love these commentary streams. I miss you, brother. I miss you too, man. I hope life is great, Cyrus. In the building. Aces are all in for 33 milli here.
Desperate for action. Gonna get some from
Chris Big Hooney in the cutoff. All in for 262. He's going to get the bad news in a second. Philip Gruesome has got the best of it. There it is. $76 million in the pot. Big Hooney's going to be in a fine position if he loses this. He's still got a ton of chips. Philip Gruesome really needs this to survive. So let's see how it plays out here. 76 million in the middle. King 5 deuce. Not the help that Chris Big Hooney needed. Philip Gruesome's got to dodge 2 6s, and he's going to double up here to 76 million. Oh, it's a 6 on the turn. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my God. Philip Gruesome with the terrible news. He needs an ace. He's only got 2 outs, 4% to survive. Not to be. Philip Gruesome is the 9th place finisher. 140,000 is what he takes home. Big Hooney. The rich get richer, man. Look at it. Oh my God. That's such a bad beat. There's so much money on the line. You know, that bad beat's probably going to cost him like 100,000, 150,000 cash. Oh, ruthless, man. Now, I mean, don't get me wrong. Philip Gruesome, like, high-stakes player, like, he's been in some spots, but it doesn't feel good. There it is, 9th place, 140K. We are down to 8 now. 8 left in the tournament. And look at the Chris Hunnichin, Big Hooney. 305,076 blinds. More than double second place. This is the dream spot. Peter Jetton is our shortest stack. Gregory Baird staying alive. Oleg Menzuk, 61 million. Scott Wellenbach in the middle of the pack. William Blaze on 30 blinds. Adrian Mateos, legend of the game, on 144. And Aaron Van Blarkum on the same stack as well, 144. It's going to be wild, chat. Here we go. First place is 1.35 million. I'll get the payouts command for you in the chat. There it is. 1.35 million. Second place also gets $1 million. Third place, 830,000. And you can just see how painful a 9th place finish is. You know, it's a 40K jump. Like, if he doubles up there, he's basically in the middle of the pack, and his stack's worth more like 350. Instead, he's going home with 140. Like, ooh, so painful. There are the payouts on the screen. And it looks like we're getting a table redraw for the official final table of 8. It looks like that's what's happening. But we'll let things sort of settle down and even out. In our tournament, we're playing on the side here. We got the Party Poker Million. 1.37 million is what I'm sitting on here, trying to make it through to the day 2 coming up on Sunday. Already registered in the Twitch Open. Coming up later. And the first KO series of the day are starting up in 30 minutes. Which is a 6-max PLO, $55. So that should be fun. Oh, we photo op chat. T-Tours. T-Tours. There it is. Everyone smile.
But he missed the flop and did the prepay. He was like, oh, was it a 33? Threw in the 33 and out came the 6.
What's the Twitch Open? It says Young Squeezy. It's an $11 tournament every week on Party Poker. It's an open tournament, so anyone can play. There's a few restrictions of countries around the world that can't play. Oh, just double check. Yeah, we got everything's good. We got the patches. Quick smile. Oh, there we go. Big smile. Oh, we're back. Oh, big smile. Big time smiles. I don't know. Far right, not interested in the big time smile. Peter Jetton. Oh, we got an open up smile. Look at all the teeth. The no teeth, the teeth. The no teeth, the teeth. T-Tours, man. I like. Oh, we're back. One more. One more. We're gonna shuffle over a little bit. Better angle. Come on, guys. Big Hooney's got the biggest smile. The chip leader with the huge smile. You can tell he's the chip leader. Teeth count right now. We're on 6. Oh, 7. Oh, 8. We're missing one. We're missing one. Top right. Top right, not interested. Serious demeanor in the zone. I can't fault him. Good smiles. We're back. One more. One more. We're back. Tournament director in there. We've got Jans in the front row. Literally playing for $1 million. We got Jans in the front row. Man, the guy in the back right is so serious, bro. It's so serious. He's got his hands behind his back. Oleg is all business, 100%, man. He's got hands behind his back. Just a stare down. Whew. Here's the chip stacks. We can get back in action. T-Tours was successful today. Not bad. Not bad.
2 million, 4 million.
Yeah, that's fun.
Alright, Dempsey, you got me until I finish this drink and then I'm out.
That was fun. All right, I feel like I missed a lot of chat as I was just hyping up the T-Tours there.
What's the next page on?
I mean, why does there need to be a picture of the final table? I understand first place from Xavier, but why? What do you mean, why does there have to be a photo? Why does there have to be anything? Why is there any happiness in the world? Why does anyone care about anything? It's a monumental event, my friends. Xavier, this is the final table at the Caribbean Poker Party 2019. This doesn't happen every day. It happens once a year.
Hardy.
Of course there needs to be a photo, man, to document this history in the world. You don't think our children and our children's children are going to be sweating? Who were the final 8 playing for 1.35 million and the trophy? You don't think that's going to go down in the history books?
You still play video games?
Of course there needs to be a photo, man.
I'm coming to terms
We're playing poker.
professional now. I can't win live.
And for the gram, bro.
This year,
How are we going to get photos out on the Instagram if we're not taking photos?
Sick brag that you made money on either.
wow,
It's about the dream, dude.
simply lost less.
I'm half joking. Xavier.
I played
I'm
maybe
50% joking then.
20 online sessions this year.
But to be fair, I think, you know,
Damn, you think a Sunday in the Bahamas is one to play?
poker
This is for sure the best one to play.
has started to do more of those things, like hyping it up, more social media, more photos, videos, vlogs, stuff like that. And it needs to continue for it to be successful. And I know there's a lot of people that play poker that just really couldn't care less. But a lot of the world does, and it's how the game's going to survive. So those players that don't care at all, they should, in my opinion, really try and leave a little bit of room for the people that do, because it's important if we want the game to continue to be successful. In my opinion. 10K entries, 950 entrants, top 25 pay is very rough, right? No, it's 80 pay, I think. 80 or 100 or 120, something like that. 120 paid. Yeah. We don't have the payouts at the shorter amounts there because it's just a long command then. But I think 120 was the bubble. I'm going to a flop here. William, the Jack 8 of diamonds, and Aaron with the Ace 10 of hearts.
Will defending Jack 8 in big. 5, 6, 7. On a little bit more Will than it is Aaron. Aaron showing some rare of a straight. Checking back. Will makes the straight.
William now has a straight. Aaron just has a gutter here.
It's kind of fun when
It's probably going to be a bet fold, though. I don't think Aaron has quite enough to continue and see rivers. I think it's just going to be a fold and move on type situation.
it's hard to bet that off and then check back and be like,
But no, I am wrong. He does call. We're going to a river. Ooh. Bad card for Aaron to see. He thinks he's improved. He now has a pair of aces with the 10 kicker. William still has the straight, though. Has got to be happy with his hands. Let's see if William elects to bet. If he checks, it's going to go check. I don't think Aaron's going to value bet.
Assume that Aaron has a lot of showdown value type hands in this line.
But he's going to check his knee. No, he's going to bet. Good. Nice bet. Nice bet. And now back on Aaron. He's actually improved on the river, so he can't get away from his hand, right?
35, sorry.
Ooh, that's a very big bet from William, though. 35 million to 40 million. That's like, what, 85% or so? 86%? Yeah, this is Jurgen Klopp's brother.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is,
He's going to let it go. A good fold. He improved but folded. I like it. This is the right decision in this spot for sure.
I guess maybe he's like ace 5 suited or something.
yeah, ace 5, ace 6, ace 7, but not super many combos.
There it is. William Blaze. 140 million.
You know, you're making him fold ace X, clearly. And then all the other hands, you know, that he has that are one pair.
Peter Jetton, our shortest stack with 10 blinds here, 40 million chips. Just hasn't picked up any hands, really, at this final table.
Back where he's comfortable.
He came into the feature final table, like, I think, third or fourth. And now he's down on last, but he just, you know, he made one fold with the jacks against a queen-jack bluff on a really tough board. I can't really fault him for that, and now he's kind of on the ropes. So hopefully he can spin it up from here.
Yeah, but also if you get it all in and win, then you also make money.
Yeah, but you still got to outlast.
Also, you bust people yourself, you know.
Yeah, but that's mean. Sixes for Cooney. Last time they worked out pretty well for him.
Alright, easy does it.
Oh, sorry, is that still a little bit too recent for you?
Big Hooney raises it up with the sixes, and Gregory immediately behind looks at a pair of sevens.
Can you do it again?
Gonna shove it all in here, and I think Big Hooney's gonna struggle to get away from this one.
Not quite sure why.
Gregory's all in with the sevens. At risk, but looking good for now. Small blind folds. Aaron in the big blind lets it go, so it's back on Big Hooney with the pair of sixes. The standard play here is to call.
Another set.
63 million in the pot. Big Hooney's going to call 35 million to win 63 million. It's a pretty good price. Pair of sixes. So I think after he considers the numbers, we're going to get a call and show it down. Make your living first with poker or Twitch? With poker first, yeah. I started playing poker 10 years ago. I started Twitch 5.5 years ago or so.
If anyone can.
But now both.
Six hunting once again.
I think Hooney makes it straight.
100 million in the middle. Gregory has got the best of it here. Big Hooney needs a six, but he's done it before. We've just seen it. Oh my God, it's another six. It's another six. Big Hooney is officially the Grim Reaper, dude.
Wow.
You know what they say, chat? 666. The man gets it done. A devious tale indeed. Gregory's going to need a 7 or he's out of this tournament.
It's over. You're just running too pure.
9 of the turn. It's clean. Mr. Hooney
Greg asking for 7.5.
got to dodge 2 sevens, and he doubles. He knocks a player out. There it is. Ace on the river. Gregory is gone. Big Hooney 2 times hitting the set of sixes.
70k pay jump. Everyone now guaranteed. A cool $250,000.
180,000 for 8th place finish from Gregory Baird. Nothing but respect for the guy. Seemed to be playing well. Unlucky there to finish, but a good chunk of change.
I know, right? I felt like it was coming though.
Nearly 40% of chips in play.
Big Hooney. He's got 38% of the chips in play. 360 million.
Through our field is Big Hooney.
That's a chunk. I think this is a guy that's pretty likely to have all of his action in this too, I
Came up
bet.
with a check rip bluff on the first hand of the final.
You always get rewarded for stuff like that. It's
Yeah.
true.
Like, you could have just check folded.
Obviously, sometimes you just bust right there and then.
Yeah, but this is
But then when it goes through, like you sure win. Like
poker gods are like, hang on, this guy's showing the game how it's supposed to be played, so we're gonna reward it.
England, Scotland are playing right now. Nice, okay. In the Six Nations. And I'm pretty sure it's happening in Edinburgh right now.
Let's draw this seat.
yeah, bad seat draw from the dad for sure.
Jets and King 10 in the cutoff.
Not a bad return on 10K. Yeah, it's all right. Hey, John Sumption. It's not a bad chunk of change. Don't feel too bad for him. Peter Jetton now in the cutoff of the King 10. I think this is a reasonable shove here. Only 4 players behind him. He has about 10 blinds.
Not much better open than fives. In this
Yeah, I think he only had about
So he does move it all in here. Again, I think it's the right move. Aaron Van Blarkum is going to fold in a second with the 5-3 of clubs, I think. And it'll be on Scott in the big blinds. With the queens! Uh-oh! Peter Jetton's run into it here. Scott with the queen and the queen. Peter Jetton is going to need a king. Some sort of straight combo, something like that to stay alive. We can see has 29% going into the flop here. Scott very much ahead.
Charity is getting a few.
85 million in the middle. If Scott loses this pot, he's going to flip-flop. He's going to be the short stack with 44 million.
You like Jetton. You gotta
But if he holds, which he will, 71% of the time, we've lost another player and we're down to 6.
I really like charity.
To the flop.
bitter about that.
6-6-5, 2 hearts.
They're in this deck.
Peter Jetton has a backdoor heart draw here. A heart would be interesting. But as of now, needs a king to take the lead.
Catch running heart.
6 on the turn, that's not it. A king and only a king.
6 now and
Actually, a 6. A 6 as well is an out. For quad 6s with a king kicker.
with the king.
9% going to the river. Final card.
That's sick.
Scott Wellenbach takes it. Tens and sixes. Not good enough as Scott's sixes full of queens is going to get it done. Peter Jetton, legend of the game, is out of the tournament. GG in 7th position for $250,000. Good showing in the event. Probably a little disappointed coming to that final table in about 3rd place. But did the best with what he was dealt for sure. Scott Wellenbach on 128.5 million now, 32 blinds. And everyone is guaranteed $350,000. 6-handed here. Now we're in it, man. Now we're in the thick of it. Six left.
What's the biggest stack you've ever had at a poker tournament? Assuming a millions event.
No, in the millions events, I never do well. I had
They're gonna
turn
tell
up.
you if it doesn't.
I had like 90 million in the main event.
This has
in
a
Vegas.
good reader in it, I think.
Okay.
I haven't read
90's quite a lot.
Maybe 85 or something was big. I can't remember.
And you pits it off. Huh?
Spewed it. Nice.
Gonna start off with Big Hooney under the gun here. King 6, taking a look around at the stacks. Let's it go.
If at least one brick doesn't get
Oleg in the hijack on 61 million is a fold.
point of having a main
I
event.
think Oleg is our shortest stack right now. Adrian Mateos is not super deep as well. But we'll see how it continues to develop. Aaron Van Blarkham now on the dealer button. It's folded to him. He's got a suited ace. I think a pretty easy raise in this situation.
I was only competing with myself.
Best kind of competition. 9.
And he does raise it up to 9 million. Scott folds. Now on Adrian Mateos in the big blind with Jack 5 of hearts. Actually on 136 million, so
Yeah, I think
not
the
too
most
short.
I've gone to in like a millions event was like 25 million.
Playing my first peel of free roll, I have no idea what I'm doing. Well, good luck, El Jefe.
Uh,
Of these transcendent poker minds, who would you least like to have to your right at a table of the 7 remaining? Adrian Mateos, I think, is the... it's either Adrian Mateos or Big Hooney. One of the two. I don't know technically who is more sound because I haven't played enough with either of them. I think they're both very, very good. I mean, based off nothing in particular, I would probably give the edge to Adrian Mateos. This is just based off perception, purely.
on like a normal
But
final table,
I don't have a ton to go off.
like when there's 6 left, is actually the ICM is more severe.
So, yeah, those two I think are
It's funny that like people
the
tend to play
two most difficult to play at the table, at least based on what I know.
You see Mateos defending the Jack 5 suited, which seems fine against button, obviously, but
Yeah, but it's real time.
So Aaron Van Blarkham picks up the flush draw against Adrian Mateos' 3rd pair here. Goes check, so we're going to a river, which is the 10 of clubs.
yeah. Well,
Not a good card for Aaron. He doesn't improve like he needs to. But also another overcard for Adrian Mateos' hand. So surely going to check here, and then action is going to be on Aaron as to whether he wants to bluff with his ace-3 or just showdown.
but this much.
Check, show it down. Jack 5 wins.
Just barrel it. Make him fold his 5 or 6.
But you're in a pretty ugly spot if you get check shots off.
Yeah, but how often does that happen? Come
I
on.
mean, yeah, it's very rare, but
Everyone always says this sort of stuff. Oh, you don't get checked. No, I've
Yeah,
In Bounty Builder, if 3 all-ins, max is for 88 bigs, I cover all. Is it a call with King Queen offsuit?
people
Or Salvador's?
they play their hand
Maybe.
according to
I don't really know. It really depends specifically on the situation.
and try to protect themselves.
Maybe. I can't give you a good answer, man, on that one. It depends.
You're better off focusing on the
And it's very difficult to estimate as well. I'd have to kind of visually see the spot
and try and
as opposed to just hearing about it and then make a deliberation there.
That being said, when that 5%
Yes, good morning, Blued QC. Welcome to the stream. We are down to 6 here in the Caribbean Poker Party 2019 main event, hanging out. Also playing some KO series tonight when we fire up ourselves, so having a good time, man.
like if Mateos jams, with some space,
Aaron's going to raise in the cutoff.
Right, right, right.
One of our shortest stacks now. I think the second shortest stack at the table.
it's like the
Mateos folds. Big Hooney with the ace-6 in the big blinds. It's playable here. Definitely something he can continue with.
Aaron opening cutoff, ace jack. Little over 20 bigs. Hooney with an ace in the big. Might he, just to say,
yeah, you could just pile it here.
have this boy. My table.
Just 3 bets. This is good too.
Like it. Aaron.
Puts almost the same
And it's a
amount of
3 bet to
pressure on,
35 million. Aaron
What
is
pressure?
calling. Wow. Okay.
Yeah,
Very interesting here because there's 76 million in the middle and Aaron only has 61 million back. So what's going to happen on the flop,
flatted.
right? I think Big Hooney should just shove 100% of flops.
Looney, there'll probably be a 6.
I guess maybe like if you flop ace ace 6 or something like check or 6 ace or something check.
Yeah, normally you would expect
Um,
this to be
But yeah, I mean there's 76 million in the middle. I think you just continue.
Ships it in.
just jams.
And now on Aaron, who I guess is going to call. He probably should have just shoved pre, to be honest.
You got it.
Yeah. Alright,
But
cool.
I guess it won't make a difference. He'll probably just call off here and get the double up. That's what I would guess is going to happen
I
here.
mean, you say interact with his range, but I mean, he's going to have queen, jack, king, queen. How's like that? Just,
Yeah, yeah.
I know we're ahead of those, but
Very interesting hand.
Yeah, but also
some random like
yeah.
7s, then we're not in that bad a shape against them. Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Jack
I'd
10.
Given the spot we're in, chat, what do you think Aaron would do in this situation? What do you think he should do? I mean, it's easy for us to see. It's ace jack against ace 6, but pretend you don't have that info. You 3-bet and you were forced to call, and now you're in this spot. Like, he folds.
Alright,
All right,
Hooney,
Big
up
Hooney
the
with a
board.
big pot.
Bossing our final
I think he should just shove pre with the ace jack.
Big Hooney
Running
style.
too good, sir.
Winter said he would have folded in that spot. I understand. I understand where you're coming from.
Now Aaron pretty
I think the
sure.
mistake really is pre-flop. Yeah. Xavier, I'm with you on that. I think that's
Right now, for everybody else.
true. Fold, I guess, range-wise from the Nods Poker. Yeah.
Good luck to those who want to raise
I'm
the
all
big
in.
blind.
I'm all in with the ace jack, but I'm all in pre. I'm never in that spot, so. ICM pressure is a thing. Van Blarkham is second shortest.
I feel like Scott's going to be heads up in this tournament. Otherwise, he's just chilling. Nothing
William. King 9 of the gun. Let's go. Scott in the cutoff. Whoa, Scott. No. Scott, no, man. Why? Scott.
throws in like ooh,
You, there's no need for this, Scott. Queen 9's a fold. Ayah. He's going to get punished for it, though. Adrian Mateos at the button with ace king and 165 million.
6 left situation.
It's 5k big now?
You going to play today? Yep. Already playing. We'll be streaming some online poker later today, man.
Yeah.
After this final table is completed and we have a champion is when we will start up the online portion. Mateos shoves all in, which I think is the right move here, given the stack situation. And Scott is going to fold in a second, I think.
It's going to let that
Yep,
go.
there it is.
Like ace king off was like a hand
There's the
you
fold.
really hate to
Moving
like
on.
flop with. You want your opponent to put all the chips in.
Hand's already done. The card reader's just glitching out a bit.
So it makes sense to like use it as a
Still 6 left.
hand.
On for so many big blinds. Yeah, so you see that a lot at final tables because payout pressure is so big. So you don't want to allow your opponents in with hands that have equity against you. Long story short, it often makes sense to just shove all in for 30 blinds against an open with hands like ace king or with hands like eights as opposed to re-raise and then call. Because in those situations, you're calling off for a flip as opposed to putting them to a spot where they have to either call off for a flip or fold, which is beneficial to you. So you see a lot of big chip stack shoves because of payout pressure on final tables. True. Scott folds in the hijack.
All right, Hooney, 3 deuce on the button. Surely a raise.
Is it possible to follow known cards during the shuffle the dealer does before each hand? No.
Why?
Unless you're marking cards, right? But
Why, Jack? Why?
marking cards is cheating.
He's got 100%.
And people will pick it up. And most of the time, or maybe not most of the time, but a lot of the time there's an automatic shuffle machine too. But no, because they do a wash, right? They wash it all up and all the cards look the same. And then they put it together and then they do a cut and they shuffle it, a cut, shuffle it, and then they'll do the loose shuffle. And then they'll usually do another cut, shuffle, cut it one last time, and then deal. So no, you aren't able to follow cards. It's not like other casino games in that respect where like you're trying to figure out like different card tendencies or like different patterns based on cards. Like you're playing human beings in poker. The way to win in poker is to understand human beings, understand how they think about the game, how they think about the world, and try and extrapolate from what you know about them to a strategy and compete against that strategy. That's like the gist of it. Fresh Fish 72 dropping the 15-month resub. Welcome back to the team, Fresh Fish. Thank you very much for your support, man. 15-month resub. Welcome back. Hearts out. Sub number 3 on the day. I think 5. No, 3. 3 on the day. Thank you. So here is the final 6. Van Blarkum, the shortest stack. Oleg Manzig in 5th. Scott Wellenbach in 4th with 25 blinds. William Blaze. Adrian Mateos in 2nd place. And then Chris Big Hooney. Chris Hunichin on a lot of chips there. Final day of the Caribbean Poker Party. Having a blast commentating it. It's been so much fun, man. And I'm looking forward to like moving on to another tournament after this too and seeing what we're going to do. We'll start one next week. I don't know if it'll be a full tournament or if we'll go for something different next time. I'm not sure. We'll see. But I've really enjoyed this.
Back to your final table here at the Bahama Resort. Now, of course, 6-handed in the Caribbean Poker Party main event here exclusively on PokerGo. These are your final 6. Well, your final 5.
And I think they took a break in the past, but we didn't have to have a break. We just are... We're just straight back into it, man. Old school Premier League. It'd be pretty fun, Ed. I think that's probably a good idea as well, because there's full seasons of Premier League. You were getting like a summary of that, Ed, weren't you? A summary of all the options. Do you have the final copy of that, or are you still working on it? Because I'd like to take a pick through.
2.5 million, 5 million level.
Should be an interesting final 6. And there are the payouts up for grabs. 1.35 million for the champ. It's a chunk of change. Wellenbach is the guy that plays for charity. Yeah. Right in the middle of the table. I think all of his profits go to charity, is my understanding. No! Queens to Jack 7 of clubs. They hit a flush on the river, man. All in on the flop. We're pretty short now in the Party Poker Million. I don't think we're going to get through in this flight. Back into action now. Adrian Mateos with the 6s is going to raise it up. Swedish Poker Ninja with a huge resub, man. 61-month resub. Welcome back, Swedish Poker Ninja. Hey, yo, Jamie. Nice to see you. It's good to see you as well, man. Thanks for the 61 months. Get some hearts out in the chat. 5 years plus in the building. That's a big-time sub, man. And sub number 4 in the day as well. So I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Hope you're doing well. We're on No Delay, sweating some live poker today before we play online.
Queen 3 of diamonds in small. Scott 10-9 in the big. Aaron coming out betting big.
Right, okay. It's done. I have a copy. Just trying to find a spreadsheet equation to make it more user-friendly. It'll be good. We'll have some good stuff. I know there's one in my email where I have like a clean feed without commentary, which would be really nice to do. I don't know which tournament that is. Let me see if I can find it, actually. So Aaron does have the top pair, and not very many chips left. 31 million left. So Scott has a decision to make. Am I going to go with my open-ender, or am I just done? Mateos is going to fold, obviously. So let's see. Flipstar Poker dropping the sub with the Twitch Prime as well. Welcome to the team, Flipstar Poker. Thanks so much for your support. Get some hearts out in the chat for that. Sub number 5 on the day. I really appreciate the support. Thank you. Thank you, thank you.
Scott wants to take a card.
When this is streamed live, they often give out free roll codes to the viewers. You should get some tickets from Party Poker to give away during these. It's a good idea. Great bluff. It's a good point. Let me copy and paste that so I can remember to do that. Thank you for the idea.
All in before the turn is dealt.
So Scott calls, which is surprising, right? Because now Aaron's all in on the turn with 2 pair, and Scott has an open ender getting 3 to 1. He does not have the right price to call. But we'll see what he elects to do here. Thanks. Thank you, Flipstar. I appreciate that. Scott folds. Correct folds. I think you should really make a decision on the flop, though, as to whether you should shove or not. Because you have a bit more fold equity if you raise. Okay. Just trying to find the email in here. Maybe I got it in Discord. I don't know. Trying to find it.
Hooney raising ace-3 under the gun. Well, he's in the diamonds, clean that card off. Obviously play cautious.
I don't think I have it. Well, anyways. Raise up from Chris under the gun. William is going to call with the ace queen of diamonds. And Mateos in the big blinds, sure is interested in some facet as well, I would guess here. Let's see.
Mateus overcalling in the big king queen. Flop jack 6-3. Will's ace queen high, still best.
I had the UK Millions stream with no commentary. Cool. All right. Millions UK stream with no commentary with sound. Amazing. All right. So we'll do that. Maybe we should do that next because it was recent. That one sounds good. Check, check, check to the turn, which is the 10 of hearts. 3 hearts on the board. So ace queen is still the best hand, yeah? Probably doesn't feel like the best hand, but it is. Mateos has an open ender, but no heart. No one loves their spot, I'm sure. Let's see what Mateos elects to do. Just commentating today, Jamie, or are you going to play later? No, I'm going to play Swedish Poker Ninja. We're going to finish the commentary of this, which I think is, let's see, another 2.5 hours or so. And then when we're done, we're going to fire up the delay stream and play KO Series, Twitch Open, normal tournaments. Mr. Big Hooney looks to be loading up a bet here, 16 million. And it's probably just going to go fold. It's really tough for Mateos to call here. I'm curious as to how he elects to play it, because you have 2 overs and an open ender, but you don't have any hearts in your hands. You're also out of position to the chip leader. But it sucks to check folds. I don't know. It's one of those tough spots. Big Hooney takes it down. Feedback from Party Poker I've been meaning to pass on. It'd be really nice if emails from upcoming games of Party Poker had at least one Canadian time zone instead of all European. I agree. I'm going to write that down as a message as well. Mateos in the small blind with the 9 and the 9. Gotta love this hand. It's a beautiful hand. It's going to call for 5 million. Action on Chris, big hooney. The Queen of Hearts, 3 of diamonds in the big.
Range here, but not going through queen three. He's king three, and he doesn't prove to a pair.
Mateo starts with a check. Big Hooney checks as well. Ooh, 2 pair for Big Hooney now. Mateos is way behind. But not a flop where he's going to get in trouble often. You know, it's... He can see there's a lot of danger out there, so it's probably not going to be a big win for Big Hooney, but at least the blinds and the antes is something. I'm all in, by the way. Jacks against 10s. No! It's a 10! No! All right. Well, I'm not going to make it through in the 215 party million. That's pretty short. We have a KO series kicking off. Actually, just started already, so I'll get the 55 KO series on the side. That was troll, dude. 1 card to come, chat. You're bad luck. You're bad luck for me. 430 million. 45% of the chips in play. It's such a commanding place to be. Really, really good for a Big Hooney and a very experienced player as well. So let's see how it goes. And the short stacks are in a war of attrition. Survive past the other short stacks. That's the deal. That's the strategical situation here. Aaron with the Ace of Hearts, Jack of Diamonds is all in. Just going to go for the shove here. As it's 2.5 million, 5 million with a 5 million ante. So a lot more to play for now. And Aaron takes it. Nice little chip up. You need some of those every once in a while to stay alive. It's crazy to think that in about 2 hours, we're going to go from 6 to 1. Hey, man, we can't see your cards. Put them there, man. Put them there. That's what the guy's saying. Yo, Nanad's Poker with the 300 bits. Thank you very much. I appreciate that, Nanad's. You are Bit Lord of the Day. It'll be pinned there in a second. Pow. There it is. Thank you very much for the 300 bits, yo. Appreciated. 6 makes big ante KO PLO. Are there any hands I should fold? Not many. Not many, Ed. Be playing a couple 1-2 hands, you know. Yo, Flipstar. Oh no, wait, that was 9 minutes ago. But thank you again, Flipstar, for subscribing. Big Hooney's gonna raise on the button. Oleg folds the queen 4. William in the big blind with ace 6. Same hand as Big Hooney. But is this just going to be a split like we know it should be most of the time? Or are we going to get a winner post flop?
Wow.
Shovel in for 110 million and now Big Hooney's going to have to fold. So William with the same hand is likely going to win the spot.
Clean it up. Move all in.
Arnold, congrats, man. Just got first in a PKO and 58x my buy-in. Getting it done, bro. Congratulations, man. Why is it not 50-50, 49-51 from Quantum Goose Cloud? It had to do with suits. So, the guy we're looking at here, he had the ace of diamonds, and Big Hooney had the 6 of diamonds. So if it came 4 diamonds, he was going to win. And then they both had one other suit. So basically, he covered 2 suits, and Big Hooney only covered 1 suit. And that's why there was a small differentiation in the percentage chance of winning. No worries. No worries, man.
Small pair. You got big hands?
Something. Let's see. Add something too. No, it's fine.
Ace 3.
It's six.
Ace 6.
We have Scott Wellenbach here under the gun with the king 3. Likely going to be folded in a moment.
That's like an auto
Lucky
card.
card today.
Sorry about that, folks.
Looks like a card was maybe flashed. There you go. The king 3 was flashed. So that's information the whole table has now.
Diamond's gonna raise it up.
Big Hoonie raises the 4 deuce in the cutoff, putting some pressure on the shorter stacks. William in the small blind folds as well. Everyone folds. All right. Easy, man. Easy raise and take it. All good. I don't like the pump fake fold by Honey. I think it was pretty clear he's folding Dark Panda though. Like he let up on his face and he knew like he was doing like there was no question he was folding his hand. I don't think he was actually reaching for a reaction there at all. It was just a bit of banter. I think, but you know, that's my read on the situation. You could be right too. I don't know. Man, the Bahamas in November would be nice, dude. That would be a nice like early winter break, you know? I have to tell you guys, I'm definitely looking forward to summer in Scotland. I really struggled with allergies, but I've found I've struggled with allergies in the winter as well, so I don't think there's any difference in season for me. But it's just nice to have the daylight, you know? Not even the temperature, because the temperature's fine, but the daylight is a really big thing. So I'm pretty pumped for it to get lighter out. Get into March, April, and start to really see some longer days. I'm pumped for it, man. But I don't know in Scotland when you notice a significant difference. Is it like linear? It just changes the same amount all the time, or is it different than that? Continuing on here, not sure what's happening.
Okay, so where is
Okay, just put it to the side. Actually, the more I think about it, I think it is yours, but I'm not sure.
We'll put your blind out so they can deal.
We've got some discussion about something dealing. I don't know.
All right.
I think I hear Rebecca.
Figure that out.
Rebecca. I think it's Rebecca. Still don't get the ace-king shove by Adrian. It has a lot of post-flop equity, especially against the cutoff opening range. Would you call it range balancing? No, it's just going to be more profitable shoving with a range advantage than going post-flop. Because post-flop, you find yourself in a lot of payout pressure spots that you don't want to be in. So hands that can get other hands to fold that have 50% or close to 50%, it's really nice to get those to fold. As opposed to like... Take your chances, slightly increase the amount of chips you win, but increase your risk as well. Risk is really a danger here. William shoves all in on Aaron Blarkham, who has ace-queen. This is going to be a shove and a call, I think. Aaron Blarkham is one of the shortest stacks. William electing to go for an aggressive shove here, and it's not going to pay off. Aaron with a huge hand. And I assume he's going to make the call. Like, there's a lot of payout pressure, but ace-queen is quite good here, six-handed. Hello, Rebecca. How are you? How was your trip and your journey through the world, driving around?
wild out there?
Was it good?
Yeah, it was good.
Good.
Yeah.
Was it actually wild, like busy or no?
No, it's in like the weather.
Oh, is it windy?
It's windy, it's rainy, there's like a massive storm.
Yikes, massive storm, and there's rugby going on right now.
Yeah.
Rebecca, we've got an all-in sweat. Do you want to sweat it? Come here.
Sure.
9-7 shove for 125 million. William.
Wow.
Aaron's got ace-queen. We're six-handed.
Is this final table?
Yeah. 6 left. Back in the house. Pog champ. But everything was good? You had fun? The store?
Yeah, it was good. The
Nice.
only thing, it was just on the way home on that big hill.
Mm.
I stalled twice, but
Yeah.
whatever.
Come on, let's go. We got it all in situation. 9-7 against ace-queen. Who do you got, Rebecca?
9-7's gonna win.
9-7's going to win?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
But Aaron. We don't want Aaron to bust, do we?
Why is, oh, yeah.
I think Aaron's going to hold. I think Williams on the short end of the stick. And listen, Williams a Canadian as well. Williams a Canadian.
Will, of course, the covering stack will be
Come on, deal the cards.
I know you want to get out of here, but now you're committed to sweating it.
No, but they're just making him wait ages.
Yeah, for the drama, for the suspense.
That's true. You been playing anything?
I have the KO series 6 max anti-PLO.
Here we go.
3 cards. Huh.
Whoa.
Oh, 10, 10, 10. Okay. Let's get a nice little 8 of diamonds on the turn for the sweat, man. 8 of diamonds would be cool. Aaron's got the best of it here. 68%. To a turn, which is a queen. Aaron's got it.
Dead ting.
Sorry, William. Dead ting.
But at least they're both still in.
They are.
He has a chance to come back.
Yeah, he's got 36 million. Aaron's got heaps now. 188 million. Big pot. Big pot. Rebecca, thank you.
No worries.
Okay, chat. We're still at 6. Big situation there. I am going to eat a bit of lunch. So I'm going to take off my face cam for about 5 minutes, okay? But I'm still here, and then we're going to come back with commentary for the end. All right? I'll be right back, you beauties. Stay with me.
Final for him so far.
J'avais 89, puis j'ai genre 125. Il me reste genre 35 000.
89 minutes.
Yeah, 89. Did they find about this chip? He says he's pretty sure it's mine.
I think it's more likely his, but I'm not 100%. I'd like them to.
Yeah.
I'd like him to.
I'd like them to figure it out now, though, instead of play 3-4 hands.
Well, more important for me. I mean, for you it doesn't matter, but for me it actually is.
Did you find out about this chip?
89.
Well, Blaze did off with 9-7 of diamonds. Still in the game. 7 bigs.
Wait, are those stacks even? Like, why is it so crooked there?
Yeah.
See enough poker to know not to count him out just yet.
One short.
There's one, sorry.
Well, it might be on there, though, so count it all.
Yeah, count the yellow chips.
89.
It was 89.
89?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. That's why
I was just going off of
89.
pure down here. Yeah.
Alright, well, we're getting some confusion late in the day here. Rogue chips. Discounted stacks. See if we can get back to normality. Normality being Big Hooney winning pots, of course. It's been his final thus far.
Flash. The card flash, but I don't know. I don't think anyone saw it.
I didn't.
Oleg looks at a queen. Whatever's with it is good enough for the jam. Second shortest stack. Those two guys both play 10 bigs. Scott 4s in the small. Can't see him cooling off. 10 bigs with 4s. And, each ladder at the moment being worth 150k.
How much? 49.
What'd you have?
Small part there. Okay, good.
Tens?
So in the previous hand, when you were big blind, you put these chips for the big blind, and after you didn't put for the anti.
So it's his. It's his. Yeah, that's what I thought.
I just checked.
Yeah. I appreciate you checking. Thanks. No, I thought. when I did my count again,
You had
I thought it was.
5 million chips in the hand, and after you talk with the other people, and the second you didn't put.
Yeah, no, yeah, I agree.
You thought it
'cause-
was mine also.
Yeah, I always thought it was his. When I did my count, I thought, no. Yeah,
me
no,
too.
no, I appreciate
Me too.
that. Yeah.
Alright, the rogue chip has found its home. Of course, Big Hoonies.
It was mine.
Mateus with an ace in the small. No doubt. Only 9-3 off. Is this going to be a raise? Checkmate.
Yeah.
Last time.
130.
This makes a lot more sense to raise. Top up to 20. Goes for the check back.
Check.
Queen 6 deuce checks through. 4 on the turn. Hooney with a gut shot draw.
Check.
It's high.
Oh, it's good.
River does go check, check. Inside is going to be good. Gotta bet you gotta. Didn't work for Hooney.
It's 2.55 now.
Hello, everyone. I'm back in action. Thanks for hanging out. As I had a bit of dinner there, just gonna turn down the sound a little bit so I can get back on the comms and get back into giving our take on these situations. Now, there's not actually that much time left in this tournament. It's about 2 hours. We need to go from 6 to a winner, so it's gonna be pretty interesting to see how it finishes up. There we have some of the payouts. 9th, Philip Gruesome. 8th, Gregory Baird. 7th, Peter Jetton. We are down to 6. Everyone guaranteed 350,000. And just $1 million difference between 6th and 1st. Just $1 million bucks. Have you tried some haggis while you're in Scotland? I've never tried it, man. I've seen it around, but I've never tried it. I'm not sure how motivated I am to like pursue having some haggis. Haven't had any whiskey since I've been here, either. Haven't done it. Maybe a noob move, but I don't know. It'll do you good, lad. All right. Haggis is so good. All right. I don't think I've ever had liver before in general. What's up, Topo Leo Man Twitch? Where can we see this live tournament? Right here, my friend. If you want to go back and see the whole tournament, you can find it on the Party Poker Live YouTube channel. All 5 of the days, as well as on this channel, we've done all 5 days. This is the last day of coverage here, but this is in the Caribbean. So 2019 Caribbean Poker Party. Black pudding. Have had before, but didn't care for it really. Wasn't my favorite.
Sway peeled from the big blind.
Adrian Mateo says, "The man. Hope he gets his Spanish crew here. He is a crusher, isn't he? He's very good."
Good adjustment from Scott.
Rebecca helps you sort dinner is not dinner, but it is tea, question mark. She does call it tea. It is tea, where she's from.
Oleg's moved.
Whoa!
He hasn't realised there's been a raise. I was about to say, there's no way he's seen the raise. When he jammed. I was about to say, this must be a misclick. Sure enough it is. He thought he was jamming small.
So he did not see Scott raise. And he goes all in with 5-4 suited for 51 million. And now the action is back on Scott. I think this is literally going to cost Oleg his tournament here.
Nah, mistake. This is obviously a snap.
Oleg did not see Scott raise
Another 40 million.
when he shoved all in. So basically, he was trying to shove on one person.
You have to call.
Yeah, you have to call it. Say it for sure. He didn't see that you had raised.
Il n'y a pas vu que le vieux raise. Il a shove sur moi.
Oh, man, that is ruthless.
A massive lapse in concentration from Oleg there.
That is so sick because, I mean, it's... The equity in play is huge.
It's effectively cool all in with 4-5.
I mean, and Scott raised with 10 blinds here, so...
Literally the biggest mistake of his life.
King 7 deuce, 2 diamonds. Scott has the diamond draw, so it's just a 5 or a 4 for Oleg, or he's out of the tournament.
But I like a sweat.
I see.
Flush on the turn.
Sweat there.
Oleg is dead in 6th place. Taking home 350,000, but we are down to 5 players. Really sick spot. Really sick.
It's one thing to bust out of a tournament.
Did not see the open raise. Shoves all in.
Make a bad play.
Scott priced in to call.
Completely different to bust out of a tournament. You didn't see someone who's already raised. Hundreds of thousands of dollars in equity that mistake.
Wow. That I've never seen anything like that. I mean, I feel bad for the guy. I really feel for him. Because obviously, you know, there's $1 million between 6th and 1st place. That's literally $1 million. Like, if he survives one more person, it's 150,000 bucks. 2 people, it's 300,000 bucks. So, the stakes were very high. You hate to see it. At least he can say he busted flush to flush. That's it. He's got a good story. Like, oh yeah, I got it in. Got it in, flush, and I beat by a better flush. So sick. Can't believe it, man. Like, guess my luck. I make a flush and I can't win. You know, 6-handed in a big tournaments. It's like, yeah. Oh, that's ruthless, dude.
You have 30, 25 back. 23. 23.5.
Tea is not a smaller portion than dinner. It's just dinner.
Those are the biggest
So tea is dinner or supper
mistake.
in Yorkshire and, like, I think in Scotland as well.
Million with 5.
Yeah, like North England and Scotland.
Will was
You just call dinner tea.
that mistake.
You win, run good. You got it, buddy. Take it down.
Gonna make him at least 150k.
But
That's a good name. to
it's
have.
not actually tea.
Call me, hey, run,
You don't actually have tea at tea. It's just what they call dinner. I don't know. I don't get it.
I can think of a lot worse, that's for sure. Is it 250?
Hey, Jimmy, in the tournament, when 2 opponents check river, check at the river, must both opponents show cards? Depends on which tournament. Some tournaments have different rules than others. In some places, it goes to the last aggressor shows first, and then in some places, both opponents show. So it depends on which.
What a game indeed.
Can't really feel for them at this stage. You got to be 100% on the ball from HD. I mean, I still feel for the men. I mean, yes, it's a mistake. And what happened is fair. Like, he screwed up, and he lost because he screwed up. But I still feel bad. Like, it's still... I don't care who screws up in that situation. It's just got to be an awful feeling, you know?
10. Will, ace 8. This might be where he draws a line in the sand. 5 big.
But I refuse to relent
The shortest stack.
the pain in my heart for the mistake. It hurts. It's hurtful.
He's left some chips back.
All right. William's going to shove all in.
Forwards behind him.
The dealer button against Big Hooney's open with the queen 10. Aaron in the small blind. He's going to let it go in a moment. I wouldn't have opened the ace-3 in the cutoff Adrian Mateo spot, no.
19, 7,
Especially with the big stack on your direct left, you just have to fold.
Oh, I thought I went 12-5. That's why I was like, I thought it had to be 20.
Mr. Hooney.
I just didn't want nobody else in.
Go for the rest of it. Hooney behind, but not by much.
William only had 23 million. Right, I forgot. William only has like 5 blinds here. So the other guy busting before him
I deserve it.
cost him like so much. I forgot about the short stack dynamic. That makes it even worse for 6th place.
Hooney run good.
Because he had basically a guaranteed pay jump
It's true story.
of 150K, man. Oh. Oh. But nonetheless, the hand in the present here.
Hooney does
Ace-8 against Queen-10.
back to straight.
Williams still got the best of it. Going to the turn, which is a 9. Add some outs. Add some outs. 23% for Mr. Chris Hunachin, Big Hooney. Oh, it's a Queen on the River. GG to William. Out in 5th place. We're $500,000. Not a bad payday. But nonetheless, got to sting a little bit on that Queen River. Big Hooney, the legend of the game, chipping up more.
150K better off than he was supposed to be.
Guess what the payout is now, chat? 4th place is 650,000.
This is a party. I don't need no.
There's 4 left.
I'm good with this
Fuck with the
party.
amount of money
right
we're making, we can throw our own fucking party.
4 left
this
now.
party
650K
Freaking
guaranteed.
party.
Certainly is a party now. The party poker live.
And half the chips in play for Chris Hunachin here.
A lot of parties out there.
472 million, 94 big blinds.
Is I didn't do the last song air competition. And I also
Oh,
didn't
yeah,
do it in
you
the
won, yeah.
WSOP main. I
Nice.
won that one too.
Yeah, he did. He did. So
When you start online poker from a Silver Mankin, I'll be streaming it in about 2
Seat in the millions online.
hours. About 2 hours. 2 hours, 10 minutes or so.
Felt like 12.
And here's the tail of the tape. Scott Wellenbach is our shortest stack with 27 blinds. Adrian Mateos on 33 blinds,
30 big blind.
166 million. Aaron Van Blarkum in 2nd place on 175 million. And Chris Hunachin, Big Hooney, on 472 million, 94 big blinds. That represents 472 people's starting stacks.
Kind of guys who are more
It's a lot of chips.
going out for the win rather than hyper aware of ICM situations.
The benefit of starting with a million chips is you can easily see how many dead players lie underneath a stack of 472 million.
See how this one plays
It's a lot easier than when the start stack is like 30,000 or 40,000.
So I probably have like 450 or something.
I have 170. Exactly.
So we continue. Four-handed.
I feel like it's soon to be 340.
Big Cooney going to raise it up to 10 million. Aaron Van Blarkum with the King 10 of clubs. A very playable hand here. A hand he's going to want to play in some facet. I'm not sure exactly how he's going to elect to do it, but I can be pretty certain he'll be interested.
Cut off Aaron. Flat.
It's a call for 10K.
Bottom. Dominating King 10.
Scott in the small blind. Let's go. We're going to a flop here. 32.5 million in the middle. Aaron has Chris Hooney dominated. Both hands suited. So let's see. Ace, 8, deuce, 2 spades. I would say advantage Chris Hooney because neither player's hit. Neither player has like a backdoor flush draw or anything. It's just a complete blank. So
He's not supposed to fire this one, but against
Chris bets 11.5 million, and I think Aaron should fold here, but we'll see what he elects to do. Yep, let's go. Now over half the chips in play for Chris. 494.5 million. It's a lot. That's a lot. Aaron Van Blarkum. With the ace-queen, very strong hand here, sitting on 165 million. A hand you want to play, so I think the standard move is going to be to raise to 11 million or so. The blinds are 2.5 million, 5 million with a 5 million ante. And it looks like a raise up to 11. Or did he misclick it? So it's going to have to be a min raise. I feel like he misclicked the amount of chips. It's a call. Okay. Well, the limp is in. An unintentional limp. King of spades, 10 of clubs. Comes along for the ride. And Big Hooney with a king jack here is going to check. All right. So we're going to a flop. Ace queen, king jack, king 10. 3 cards. And it is ace 10 6. Pretty interesting here. Adrian Mateos hits a piece. Aaron has got the best of it for now with the top pair of aces. And Chris Big Hooney has got a gut shot. So let's see how it plays out. Aaron bets 15. Mateos reaching for some chips here to call. I think this will probably clear out Big Hooney, but let's see. No, he's going to come along for the ride as well, actually. So we're going to a turn. 65 million in the middle. 5 of diamonds is not the danger card. The queen is the danger card. So it goes check, check to Aaron. Who looks to be reaching for more chips here. Bet of 27 million. Fold, and what I'm assuming is going to be a fold here. Yeah, there it is. Let's go. Nice hand, Aaron. More chips.
All of a sudden running bad.
There's 3-3 in the Six Nations rugby, which is happening in Edinburgh right now. I don't really know how rugby works, but I know there's a big match, 3-3, so that's exciting. I guess I got to root for Scotland. I'm living in Scotland right now, so I got to hope. It's played in Edinburgh. I got to hope for the Edinburgh Pride to take it down tonight, you know?
A lot more than everybody.
6 deuce off is the hand.
How much do you have?
Like right at like 180.
You would have called for the Queen on the River. See Thrilla, the King Jack. It's a small blind fold 6 deuce. Aaron wins the pot. We're moving on.
Aaron a little bit more than that, up to 210.
You got bad odds. It was not very good odds. It is a draw to the nuts. So I hear what you're saying, but the odds are pretty bad. That's true. Mateos now with the 6s and the cutoff. A very nice hand. Got 136 million to start here.
There's limping the cutoff. Knows who you can put a lot of pressure on him. So.
The blinds are 2.5 million, 5 million, with a 5 million big blind ante.
And when you know it, another flop set of 6s on this final table. Let's go with the Queen of Spades.
Set of 6s for Adrian Mateos. Scott has the second nut flush draw, and Aaron is out quickly. Now Scott will call. Continue.
His flush draw.
Drawn to the spades. We can see he has 28% here. 5 of clubs in the turn does not help Scott, but it may seem like he has got the help he needs. He now picks up a pair, so let's see if that convinces him to stick around or not.
So I can't slide around onto the end. Yeah, just so it's uncomfortable having to can't look. I have to be able to look at them.
More chips are going in the middle here. 28 million. Action on Scott, who probably wants to call here. Like, I picked up a pair. I have the second nut spade draw. My opponent can be bluffing sometimes. So it's a tough spot for him. Let's see if he can correctly get out of the way. Or if he does call. I don't blame him. But we can see he's drawing pretty slim here. 18% going to the river. What we don't want to see is a queen or a 5. That would spell disaster for Scott. Ace queen suited, obvious shove pre. Adrian's king queen fine call. So debatable rejam. What do you think on the turn with the king queen open ended plus over cards? I like check raise all in or lead out. I kind of like the lead out. You've been franked with the 3 heart boards, yeah, in that hand. It's a long time ago, so I forget all the specifics though. But I think I'm with you. I think Mateos should probably lead the turn. But if he checks the turn, I don't like a check raise. He doesn't rep enough. So I think it's either a check fold or a lead on the turn. They're just counting out some chips here. Okay, we've got it sorted. We're good. To the end now.
Alright, well, that's put to bed as we reach the river. 8 of clubs.
8 of clubs is not it. 100 million in the pot. Adrian Mateos has the best hands. And he has a pretty clear value bet here, I think. I don't think he's going to get any action, but, like, he doesn't know that, so let's see how it plays out. Oh, no. I won, okay, because I won the pot. How much is he going to bet? Is it going to be an all-in shove, or does he go less than all-in? Let's see.
Scott's going to have a lot of pair. Lots of flush draw hands that want to fold. So Adrian can try and bet size to bluff those.
Considering what the sizing will be. Goes for a smaller bet here. 28 million. And that puts 128 million in the pot, but Scott quickly folds with the 5. Adrian Mateos with a very big pot there, which is scary for the table. Plus 55 million in the hand. It'll take him up to 191 million.